Into your 10 bright eyes, I feel a change inside I can't explain. Your long red wings become my everything as I feel power flowing through my veins. Love is hell, but here's the thing. You could be my dragon queen, and I could be your paladin. Our love will be evergreen. We're just like fire and gasoline. Your 5 devious minds mesmerize me, but it's your one heart that I adore. Hold me close in your claws, no regrets, and no laws are chromatic. Love will soar. Love in hell makes my heart sing. You could be my dragon queen, and I could be your paladin. Our love will be evergreen. We're just like fire and gasoline. I'm opening my heart up more than I could ever dream or dare. Flying high upon your wings, I hear your roar and I'm not scared. I'm not scared. You could be my dragon queen, and I could be your paladin. Our love will be evergreen. We're just like fire and gasoline. You could be my dragon queen, and I could be your paladin. Our love will be evergreen. We're just like fire and gasoline.
And the whir, the steady sound of fans all over my room can now be heard by everybody.
All across the world. Think
Yeah.
about that for a second.
Yeah.
Think about that for a
welcome. Welcome to Bardic Inspiration. And I am in the hot part of the West Coast now. My name is Dylan Wilkes. I'm coming to you live from Victoria, BC, Canada, which broke all of its temperature records over the last few days, but today is thankfully slightly cooler. Otherwise, I would not be able to do this. And I am joined by the Bard, Mr. Jason Charles Miller, all the way from cool Los Angeles.
I mean, I guess it's
relatively cool. Yeah, and we're here to write a song about Sergeant Knox, who I must admit I don't know particularly well. I feel
like that picture says it all.
Yeah, I've read his wiki. I watched the opening cinematic for Neverwinter. I gone through our in-game bios and stuff and how he's designed and everything, and he seems like the quintessential soldier boy, or soldier man.
Soldier boy.
Yeah, he just dude in very heavy armor. Oh,
that's the heat alert.
Yeah, that was probably
Fan alert.
somebody.
You're using
probably
too
going to
much.
somebody with heat stroke nearby.
I mean, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, a quintessential heavy plate wearing fighter with a great axe. So I think this would be fun. I think it gives us a lot of freedom because it doesn't look like he has a crazy amount of backstory.
Yeah, I saw his picture and I thought I had a riff that I like sang it in my head. So
Yeah.
we'll after we play last week's song, I'll listen to it again and decide if it was good or not,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I sent you. I sent you like who you're like. Who is he? When I sent you the thing about it like yesterday, and I'm like, I sent you the key art where he's just like, ah, with this axe. You're like, all right, sweet, let's do this. But before we get to the fun part, we wrote a song last week.
Right, because this isn't fun.
Just
that was a weird. Dylan, that was
a
weird way to intro that.
Yeah,
Before we get to the fun part, here's a crappy song.
Yeah. Here's the part that sucks. No, that's totally not true because this is the best part. Actually, I couldn't. It was the segue that came to mind. I admit it was shit. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's
but last week's song, thankfully, was not shit. It was awesome. We did a song for the Demogorgon, a heavy metal lullaby, the Sibilant Beast, and when you're ready, please serenade us with this horrific song.
Here we go. Hush, little children, and lay down your head while I tell you a story of unending dread about a creature of fire, a creature at war, a prince among demons, sinister to the core. Listen close to my words now as you snuggle in tight of this two-headed monster who devours the night. Amul longs to break free, inflicting horror and pain, and Hetherada seeks nothing but destruction to reign. When their gazes turn upon you, it brings madness. There is nothing that can save you from their malice. Demogorgon with their baleful gaze will devour the world at the end of days. Demogorgon, the Sibilant Beast, all multiverse shall be their feast. Demogorgon, prince of the abyss. Demogorgon, deep within the pits. Discarded, forgotten, and left for dead, the imprisoned one grew as their evil spread. When the night comes upon you at the end of the day, keep your eyes shut tight, don't you dare disobey. When the gazes turn upon you, it's too late. There is nothing that can save you from your fate. Demogorgon with their gameful bait will devour the world at the end of days. Demogorgon, the Sibilant Beast, our multiverse shall be their feast. Demogorgon, prince of the abyss. Demogorgon, within the pit. Demogorgon, at war with the hell. Demogorgon, at war with themselves. Hush, little children, and lay down your head while I tell you a story of unending dread.
It's the maniacal laughter that really sells it.
If we ever record that, should I add the laughter at the end?
I don't know. It really depends on how it songs, how it sounds.
Yeah, true. I'll leave that open-ended.
Yeah, they say yes. It'd be like that laugh at the end of Thriller, right?
Yeah, right. Vincent Price.
Classic Vincent Price. Which, I realize now that saying the name Vincent Price dates you as being old, because he's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, but I think everyone knows Thriller, so.
Oh yeah,
young or
for sure.
old, everyone knows Thriller, so
I would hope. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Sergeant Knox. Let's.
Andromech's making a good point. Backseat drivering, Monday morning quarterbacking, but it does make a good point.
Where?
Andromech, we should say end of all days instead of end of days. Well, at the end of all days.
Sure.
Why not?
That looks like it fits.
Well, Peter Cushing came back, so.
Peter Cushing did come back. That was weird, right? They got in touch with his estate and said, "Can we do this?" And the weird thing about it was, I remember watching the film in the theater and being like, "Huh, I know he's dead." Like as soon as he showed up,
right?
And so that did more to spoil the uncanny valley of the animation than him being there. But whoever they did to get his voice work was pretty impeccable.
And also, I think people who didn't know that he was dead didn't spoil it for them.
Yeah, he was not a young man when he made the first Star Wars, but
right.
That was pretty surreal. But that was also the Disney Star Wars film that I enjoyed most in the theater by leaps and bounds.
Which one was that?
Rogue One.
Yeah, that one was great. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
with that, everything about it. I think it was refreshing to watch something that wasn't about Jedi. Which obviously now we have Solo and The Mandalorian and stuff, but it always seems to revolve around usually one bloodline of Jedi, if not something closely tied to it. And so it was nice to see that, and it was. I also just think that the direction of it and the aesthetic of it was impeccable. Like, I think it's one of the best done Star Wars at all. Probably my second favorite one behind Empire. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Star Wars.
No, but you know what? They did do a really good job of explaining how the plan. Because in 1977, when Star Wars came out, like the internet didn't exist yet, so. Like the idea of like secret stolen plans on one hard drive like seemed plausible, but then like as the technology progressed in our lives, we're like, well, why didn't they just copy it? Why didn't they just email it to somebody? But they answered that question perfectly by it was just stolen 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
they didn't have a chance to send it.
It was just stolen. It was so much data that they had to realign all the communications equipment on this massive like hub planet. To beam it to one other ship that made a hard copy and had to escape. I don't want to spoil it for people, but they had to escape some very scary Empire people with that thing.
Empire people.
Yeah. And it used to be that throwaway line about how many people died to get this information. And that's it. It was the throwaway line, and they made an entire film out of that line. With an amazing cast. They got Donnie Yen in it. Like Forrest Whitaker, just as a background character, Mads Mikkelsen. Like they had all these awesome actors in there.
Academy Award winner as like a secondary character. They went for it.
Yeah. And even cooler was the woman who played, what's her? I'm forgetting her name right now. I'll remember it later. The woman who's like the figurehead for the Rebel Alliance, whose name for some reason isn't coming to my brain at the moment. The woman who played it in the cut scenes from the prequel films. Played it in that. Yeah, why can't I remember her name? Oh, God. Mon Mothma. Yeah, Mon Mothma. LoJack 5 got it. Yeah.
Also, LoJack, you're not in the minority. Everybody loves Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One is the good one.
Yeah.
It's the other ones that were made that have a very diverse spectrum of opinions on them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm of the mind that if you don't have a plan for your trilogy, you shouldn't make one. Although there were parts I enjoyed of any of them. Anyways, yeah, we have to write a song.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself really quick, talk for a second. I'm just going to listen to this riff that I sang into my phone.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to keep talking about Star Wars. Yeah. B-Dave and I still, all the time, rant about Star Wars. The newer films, just because of how they turned out. It was one of those things, like, I remember in the theater watching The Last Jedi and being excited when I left the theater because they blew open the doors about where they could go with all of them, and then they're like, actually no, we're gonna retcon it with the one after. It's like, oh, okay, well then I guess it's a trash film and you guys messed up. So it's just yeah.
Like a groovy, like, but real heavy guitars, like. I don't know, something like that.
I think it's sweet. We haven't done anything bluesy in a while, and now we're doing a blues rock song. I think it's a great idea.
It was born in the love down. Oh, no, oh, oh. It's not down, let it down. Yeah. So what do we know? What do we know about Sergeant Knox?
Not a lot.
We know where he was born.
I don't even know that we know where he was born. We just know where he's from. He's a soldier in Neverwinter who I think has been promoted a number of times because he's a sergeant now. Sergeant's in the Neverwinter Guard. One of Lord Neverember's personal guards. He's a quest character in Neverwinter. Oh yeah, there we go. Andromech's talking about it. Quest giver turns into a companion. Very defensive skills. Yeah, he's a big tanky fighter. Yeah. Yeah, he's the first quest giver that players meet in Neverwinter. And then I think they gave him an expanded storyline in some of the newer updates for the game. Let's see. I'm just going to open up some other wiki pages and see what we got. Because there isn't a huge amount about him.
You mean Neverwinter the place or the...
Neverwinter the game. I think Cryptic Studios
yes,
does it.
I'm familiar with that game.
Yeah, you may or may not be a slightly more important character in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like the reason he's got this epic blue plate and stuff now, it's like it's his most recent updated character model.
From Neverwinter or from
the game Neverwinter, yeah. He's just super badass looking. Interesting that he can become a companion though. I didn't know that. Huh. Anyways. He's only got one eye, but it's a good one. Hey, I like that. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna write that down. Degrassi Knoll. Even if that wasn't intended as a lyrical suggestion, I still like it. Obviously, he wears a belt of dwarven kind based on that beard. Maggie by numbers is an interesting suggestion. From Neverwinter City, from the School of Hard Knocks. Boo. He's only got one good eye, but he'll watch you like a hawk.
It's good, but I'm trying to get it. Give me something that goes with a bum 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 bum. The city, pretty. Ground, will they talk? I mean, we could kind of make it. We could fill in the blanks if we wanted to. About. We could make it more of a legend that may or may not be confirmed, but it could be more.
Well, the Siege of Neverwinter is a pretty darned big event in the history of the city.
Sure is.
And he was there. He's a veteran of that battle. He was the commander of the defending forces of Neverwinter, fighting against Valindra Shadowmantle, the Lich, the Lich / Red Wizard. Yeah. Because I think when we were doing the Song for Celeste a long time ago, we were talking about this event. But Sergeant Knox is the one who led the defense of the city, whereas Celeste was just kind of there, healing people. And then they in the cinematic opening for the game, Celeste is healing people outside the gate and trying to defend against undead and stuff. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Maggie, no. Hard no. Just take the road back to no. Anyway, I'm not.
Oh man. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean he's just a frontline fighter. I mean the most notable thing about him is that he fought in that battle, really. But the Battle of Sleeping Dragon Bridge is a good just name. Because that's the last line of defense.
Splinter. What rhymes with Neverwinter? Enter Splinter. Oh, I thought you were saying enter Splinter, like as in Splinter.
Splinter from Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be sweet.
Let's do a combo. Guess what? The next hero is Splinter from Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
Don't worry about the license. Imagine how many lawyers would have to be involved to get Splinter in the game. So many.
Yeah,
lawyers.
a bunch. A whole bunch.
I just threw it out in the universe.
So yeah, I guess the Battle of Sleeping
Yeah, we just need to
Dragon
intro it.
Yeah.
Ready to defend the land. That's pretty good, Skeptic. Although I wouldn't say his name at the very beginning. I would just say like
he was born with his axe in hand.
Yeah, that's it. He was born with his axe in hand. standing ready to defend the land. He was born with his axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Down my mountain, he was born with his axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. In the morning, in the evening, in the morning. Yeah, I think we're going full myth.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be right.
Mm-hmm.
I really like "From the Bridges to the Docks" is the legend that is Sergeant Knox, but I would make that line 4 before we go somewhere else.
Oh, Garwar's part? Sorry?
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, can we split that up so it's like... From the brilliant, from the moon to the dawn, is a legend that is Sergeant Knox.
Wait, so how are we splitting it up?
Right, because we've got, I think it's like A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D. No, you had it right. So, no, I would say, no, actually, here, let me do it. So we go. Well, that might be good to add more things to, like, from the bridges, gates, walls, and docks. Walls and docks.
Gates, walls, and docks.
Is the legend known as Sergeant Knox. He was born with his axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Down the bridges, gates, walls, and docks comes a legend known as Sergeant Knox. But I don't want to reveal that it's Sergeant Knox till we get 2 more lines before that. So that's why I have it separated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we need I mean, we could mess around with. He's known throughout the city as the one who does not give pity. Knocks, knocking on Neverwinter's door. That's pretty good.
God, who said that? Clangeddon Travis. Oh, that's a bad name.
Travis. But I don't want any more Sergeant Knox rhymes just yet. I think we've got that one covered.
Yeah.
Like we mention his name once or twice. But that's it. Maggie. City. Hero of winter, if you. He's the hero of Neverwinter. If you stand up to him, your shield will splinter. That's pretty good, Metal God. There to perform purge. I'd maybe put that third.
Nope. Forgot to copy the name. The name. Oh, sorry. When I copy suggestions over, I try to.
It didn't copy the name.
Yeah. There we go.
Metal God 5E.
Yeah.
Babylon Ranger. I kind of dig it though, but not quite. Sing for the never winter fall.
I mean, if we're doing this narratively, this midline should probably be something about how he came to be in his position, or why he was there. Because it's not even Neverwinter specific at this point, right? Like,
right, it's just more about his powers.
Something about the Neverwinter Guard, or him being in the Neverwinter Guard, leading the Neverwinter Guard.
Neverwinter Guard.
Just trying to work the next couple lines here all to.
Yeah. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Force creativity into this 2-hour block.
Every once in a while, it's harder than
that.
other times, you know? It's also harder to think, at least it's harder for me to think when I'm much, much hotter than I'm used to being. I notice my mind starts to slow down. I start to turn into vacation mode, because usually I go to Hawaii to feel like this.
You're like,
And I don't get work done when I'm in Hawaii. I sit on a beach and drink and swim, and just rinse, repeat. Drink, swim, drink, swim. Did I not copy that from the cradle to the wall thing? Where does that line go? Went from the cradle to the wall to see the foes of Neverwinter fall. Yeah, there we go. I kind of want, like, I know we don't have room for it with how we've been doing it, but I kind of want it to be like, he was, like, they say he was born with his axe in hand, you know, like, because it's supposed to be a legend.
well, were they?
Yeah, but who are they?
No, we're they.
Were they?
We're they. We're the ones saying he was born.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was totally not processing that properly when you were saying it. I was like, were they? Were they what? No, we are they. Oh.
I like Lauren's line for like the second verse or something. I like Watcher on the Wall, Protector of us all. That's pretty good. And then I'll just change walls to towers, so that we don't say wall and then walls.
Bridges, gates.
Towers and dogs comes the legend known as Sergeant Knox.
Isn't that getting longer by a syllable though?
Yeah, it still works because it can fit.
I was just gonna do
Bridges, gates, cliffs and dogs comes the legend known as Sergeant Knox. Are there cliffs inside the city though?
Well, they're wrapped around the city. It's on a cliff, but the cliffs are by the docks. So
okay, so that's close enough. Okay.
Yeah.
He was born with his axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Went from the crate. Okay. Went from the cradle to the wall to see the foes of Neverwinter fall. I mean, I can make it work. Went from the cradle to the wall to see the foes of Neverwinter fall. When Valendria released his scourge, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and docks come the legend known as Sergeant Knox. And then we go somewhere else. A pre-chorus or a chorus. You,
So you want to do a pre-chorus after that?
Yeah. Maybe just like 4 words that are held out.
What is this? Legends of what does the pre-chorus sound like? Oh, Maggie by Numbers is gifting subs to the community.
Whoa, Maggie!
Thank you. Wow. And congrats. I'm sorry, I'm getting easily distracted.
No, it's okay.
Picturing the... okay.
Dylan's about to pass out from the heat, everybody.
No, it's not quite that hot in here. It's just it's hot enough to be distracting.
And fans.
Yeah. And I feel worse for the folks who actually went into the office today or even yesterday.
You don't have AC at the office?
No, it broke down a month ago. And we've been trying to get it fixed. And boy, does it matter now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good in heat, but this is already a harder song to write because it's a character I'm less familiar with. And yeah, it's just easy to get distracted. Legend of the Sergeant. Clangett and Travis, we're not gonna take riffs from other songs.
Yeah, we can't take riffs from other songs, but I do like those lyrics.
I appreciate what you tried to do, like in the heat of the fight.
Yeah.
He'll be wielding that axe. He'll be hewing them down. He'll be laying down smacks. Also, isn't that's Bryan Adams, right? That one? I think that's Bryan Adams. Anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Bryan Adams.
The official singer of Canada.
I mean, he was until he screwed up the Canadian anthem at that event, yeah.
Oh, no.
And then it was like, hold on, you're Canadian, right? But he's of the generation, like my parents, that they changed the national anthem in the 60s or 70s from one anthem to another, to the current one. And so anybody who was growing up through school in that learned the wrong one and sometimes messes it up, which is what he did. Pretty embarrassing, though. Yeah. Anywho, from the bridges, gates, cliffs, and docks comes a legend known as Sergeant Knox. Built like a fort, holding all enemies at bay. It's his idea of sport. Built like a fort, holding enemies at bay. It's his idea of sport. I kind of like that as a chorus, Nicodemus.
Built like a fort,
You want this for chorus or pre-chorus?
Right now, we need a pre-chorus.
Yeah. Time to start another petition to change that anthem to Northwest Passage. I mean, the only thing that you could probably ever get Canadians to agree on for an anthem would be like a song by the Tragically Hip, which, do we really want that as the anthem for our country? And the answer is yes. That would be sweet. Makes me think back to when I was in high school and we were we had to vote on what our grad song was going to be. And it was like, it wasn't unanimous, but the bulk of the students voted for Thunderstruck. And the faculty vetoed it.
Wow.
Yeah, they vetoed it, even though that's what everybody wanted. And they did. They selected "I Will Remember You" by Sarah McLachlan. Whoa. Yeah. And then they got a girl who couldn't sing it to sing it at the grad, and it was just awful. I felt bad for her. She was. It's not like she was a bad singer. She just couldn't sing that song well. Yeah, it was pain. And I'm like, all you guys had to do was put down a boombox and play Thunderstruck, and everybody would have been super stoked. Like, everybody would have been so happy about it.
Imagine if they had her sing Thunderstruck.
You know what? It couldn't have been worse than what we went through. Yeah.
I do like he's gonna knock you down. He's gonna knock you.
I saw that. Yeah.
I kind of don't hate that. I mean, I know we did have a knockout song earlier, but you know.
Hey, you know what? That was an underrated gem of ours. I think she's gonna knock you out. That Caddy Bree one.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of like early mid '90s alt rock. All you champions hear my rallying cry. I'm blessed by Salune, a hero from Neverwinter destined to make the enemies cry.
Or die. It's fine.
So if we're singing this song about the legend of Sergeant Knox, from our perspective, then I mean, like, the only thing that we can really talk about are his deeds, and the only deeds we can really talk about is the siege of Neverwinter.
Okay, well then we better just
Like
dig
this
into
this
that.
this opening paragraph is kind of like an overview. It's like a cliff notes. Like, dude was born to fight. He was there to fight Neverwinter's enemies.
Mhm.
Valindra attacked, and yeah.
He was born with an axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Went from the cradle to the wall to see the foes and never win a fall. When Valindria leaves the school, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and dark comes a legend known as Sergeant Knox.
How long does this pre-chorus need to be?
Now I'm thinking of speeding it up rhythmic wise, so it's like na 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 na.
Okay.
Famine Dragon, I dig it, but we started the whole song with he was born with an axe in hand,
Yeah.
so we would be repeating too much too soon.
Yep. Standing south of the Hall of Justice, his armor will be your compass. When bad guys need a shock, run to Sergeant Knox. I mean, it's funny,
definitely
Catch-23, but...
Definitely grab what Catch-23 just wrote, because I'm kind of into the he's gonna knocks you out.
It's gonna knocks you out.
I'm into it.
Sergeant's gonna knocks you out.
Well, no, I mean not just once, but maybe twice. But unless you veto me,
No,
unless you tell me no.
we're not making enough progress to veto anything.
I know. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get there. What's his rallying cry? He has one? Does he have like a...
I mean, he literally has rallying cry as one of his abilities.
But are there any... Do we know what he would have said?
No, that's just his ability in both games, both our game and the Neverwinter game.
Maybe he says something in Neverwinter. Like, soldiers to me! Or something. Defend the wall. Get those troops back up on the wall.
Are you chivalry 2ing us?
Yeah.
Yeah. This former mercenary always retakes the city.
Dylan, maybe we should have learned more. Maybe we should have learned more about him before we picked him today. We were like so gung ho.
It just seemed like a good idea in the moment, you know.
No, it definitely. We just have to. We have to go. I like calling the thunder down too. Just throwing. Oh, you got it. Okay.
That's not quite the right number of syllables, is it?
We can add some. Maybe uniting us all. Former mercenary always retakes the city. How about unites us all with his rallying call? This former mercenary
Okay. Okay.
He was born with his axe in hand, died and ready to defend the land. Went from the cradle to the wall, to see the foes who never went to fall. When Valindra reached the scourge, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and downs comes the legend known as Sergeant Knox. This former mercenary always retakes the city, unites us all with his rallying call. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars. He's gonna break your life. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars. He's gonna break your life, leave you lasting scars. Let me just think of a. See, it's coming together quick now.
Stars gonna need some down rhymes. Where's my rhyme zone? Rhyme zone, I closed you. Just trying to rework this part.
Yeah, because we just said rallying cry or rallying
yeah.
call. But I love Call the Thunder Down.
Yeah.
It might be cool to say he's gonna knock you out again.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down.
Call the thunder down.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We're both trying to do the same thing. Hello, Prog Metal Gene. Prog Metal Bonjour. Boom. I mean, it could just be as simple as he's gonna drive. He's gonna drive the. Oh, what do you got?
Well, if we have gonna break your lines, then gonna something 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 instead, right?
Yes. Drive the dead out of town.
Like gonna rally the troops, drive the dread out of town, drive the dead out of town. Oh, is there somebody in chat actually speaking French?
I just someone said hello from France.
Oh, hello from France. Oh, bonjour.
Les convertis.
Let's see. Okay, how does this sound so far? I think
Good, except we say rallying call and then rally the troops.
Yeah.
So could we just say he's going to bring the troops? Going to break your lines, going to bring the troops? Like bring the pain?
Gonna lead the troops.
I thought that meant the converted, but I wasn't sure. Or what if he said bring the hurt?
Gonna bring the hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something that rhymes with lines, that would be...
Let's see, maybe we got something.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Anyways, whenever you're ready, let's try this out and then inspire everybody to throw us a bunch of stuff for the rest of it.
Okay. Okay. Down, boom, boom, All right, let's try it. Me, me, me. He was born with an axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. From the cradle to the wall, to see the foes that never win or fall. When Valindra unleashed the scourge, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and docks comes the legend known as Sergeant Out. This former mercenary always retakes the city, unites us all with his running call. He's gonna knock you out, leave you free of scars. He's gonna break your life, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, drive the dead out of town. I dig it. Yeah.
Okay.
It took a second.
All right. We need a whole bunch more just like that, chat. Come on, let's go. Boom.
Yeah. Well, I think for the second verse we can do half that for the second verse, but it might be good to have another pre-chorus too with different lyrics.
Yeah.
So now that you got the vibe, chat. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn, everybody. From the opening. He was born with an axe in hand. You don't like that line?
I love that line. It's just ridiculous.
Doesn't like
Because it's a legend, right? Like, it's when people are kind of like, you can't picture somebody ever having been something other than what they are right now. Because obviously everybody is born as a helpless little infant who just kind of like gurgles and does nothing and goes through all the developmental steps in sort of like maybe a different order of speed, but like everybody starts off as that. But not him.
Nope.
He came out and he's just like grabs the axe and cut his own umbilical cord. He's like, I'm ready to, like it's like, oh damn. That's kind of the playing off the legend aspect.
And Set North 6, yes, that's exactly what the show is about. That's how we write a song in 2 hours because chat helps.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, how did he lose an eye? Does anyone know?
No idea. As far as I can tell, the character model has always had one. Presumably from his life as a mercenary before he was the sergeant of the Neverwinter Guard. Because he was one of the mercenaries hired to retake the city.
Maybe he was
more than once now, actually.
Not all those who wander are lost. Like maybe his eyes just wandering.
Reminds me of that line at the end of 300 when he's like, "You've lost an eye." He's like, "Thankfully, God blessed me with another." He's just like gonna go into battle again.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Man.
And then he makes him not go into battle. It's like, you need to tell the story. And he's like, oh.
But I'm really bad at telling stories. Nope, don't care.
Yeah, it's like, get good. Yeah. Sergeant Knox, he was born this way? Yeah.
Oh, Garwar, if you're in chat, the reason my mic sounded weird last night when I knocked it up. So last night, Dylan, during one of my streams, or not one of them, my only stream last night, my microphone for everyone is right here. It's literally right there.
Like just out of camera frame, yeah.
Yeah. And so last night, I always hit it, but last night I actually knocked it. The stand is upside down, so I knocked it off of the stand, and then when I put it back on, it was the very, very end of the night. So I put it back on, and people were like, "Oh, it sounds weird now." I'm like, "Oh God, did I damage the mic?" No, I just put the mic in facing the other direction because it's shaped.
It's cardioid, yeah. It's pointing at you.
Yeah, it's shaped like this, and with this particular mic, the gold is for you, black is not. But with this is black and black with my Lewitt. So I just put it in backwards. That's why it sounded super empty, because it was basically picking up sound. Oh,
bouncing off the wall instead of directly from you. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, physics.
I know.
Huh. Okay. I'm just reading what Sergeant Knox chooses what is right above all else, even orders. Okay. What an incredible reveal that would be if Sergeant Knox was Jarlaxle the whole time. Oh man. Star Chaser says physics, acoustics. I mean, yeah, but one of those is part of the other. Like,
right.
Yeah. But it's better described as acoustics, sure.
This could also be a Marvel crossover, and he's Nick Fury in disguise.
Oh man, yeah, just grew out his beard.
Yeah, he grew a beard, put on some armor.
We need to fit a line about Ezekiel in there. The old Sam Jackson multi-movie reference.
Right. Prog Metal Gene, I wish there was. We're making it up as we go.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't a lot. I'm reading about it in what we have, which is not a huge amount. Which is kind of like, that's the story of an NPC, right?
Sure.
You don't write a huge amount of backstory for them unless you're crazy. Caught in the glare of his one good eye, foes are frozen by his rallying cry. That's a good line, Paragon, but one thing that we try to do is we try to avoid frequently using words that have already been used in the song. So since we already had rallying call in the first pre-chorus, we're going to try to avoid doing that again.
Yeah, it's kind of a songwriter 101 rule.
Yeah, unless you're intentionally saying a phrase over and over again, like that Carly Rae Jepsen song. What's it called? I really, really, really like you, or whatever it is, where she says really, 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 really like,
or we are never,
like
ever
90 times in the song or something.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, she sold a lot of records, so it works. Anyways, yeah, let's see. Yeah, we need, 2 lines in a pre-chorus here?
Yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah.
And we're sitting pretty.
Yeah. What do we got here already? Because there's already so much good stuff. We took a lot of Catch-23's thing for the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to copy Lauren's line from before. Lauren, can you recopy your line over?
Yeah, can you scroll back and find what you wrote?
Oh, there's no way I could find it, but
can you just look up your own?
So when I have a window open with mod settings, I can click on somebody and see all the stuff that they put in chat. But I don't have that set up for while I'm streaming because there's already too much on this screen. I should screenshot it and show. Well, actually, no, I'd have to double check that there's nothing under NDA before I screenshot it and show people like just how busy this gets. Yeah. Mentoring heroes from across Faerun, making sure they don't meet their doom. Counting Coup, I think that's good because that's actually that's kind of his role in Neverwinter, right? He's the first quest giver. He's a mentor. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jarlaxle has 2 good eyes and a magical eye patch. That is correct. It's a magical eye patch that does a whole bunch of BS stuff. This is a good time for me to segue into talking about how my players, upon meeting Zardoz Zord, who in the Waterdeep Dragon Heist book is Jarlaxle in disguise. It's his alias. He looks like Zardoz, like Sean Connery and Zardoz. Like he's got essentially like a red Speedo and like red leather boots, and he's like a really, really flamboyant pirate. Anyways, he screwed them over. Because I thought it'd be a really fun way to introduce him as a character was just to have him screw over my players. And it made them so mad that they attempted to sneak aboard his boat and assassinate him. Which is when they find out that they're trying to assassinate a character whose CR is way beyond them. Like, trying to land their like backstab attack on and failing to land it because his AC is so high. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, he stabs you. You take this much. You're like... And so he just mopped the floor with all of them.
But I rolled a 19. You still miss.
Yeah. No, I think it was something like 21 to attack, and it was a miss. It was a really high number, and then they're like, that doesn't hit. Like just the look of confusion and then fear on their face.
Did they run away? Run away!
They didn't think to before 2 of them were unconscious. But he didn't want to kill them. He wanted to make them work for him, basically. So he did. And now they've since gone off on their own to do something and not told him, and he hasn't forgotten. So we'll see how that goes. Spoilers. Anyways,
Okay, well, so I mean, we can stay in the moment where he's still defending the city, and we could talk more about that. We could talk more about his prowess as a warrior. We could talk more about what happens to his enemies.
I'm just looking up everything that Lauren said so I can find it. What
Is
about
she
mine?
AFK right now? Is that...
Lauren has a lot of stuff to do, so she might not be around.
What do you mean? She doesn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
She's just on stream 24 hours a day and has 4 full-time jobs and is first chair in the Chicago Symphony. What are you going to do?
There we go. At the Hall of Justice post, he stands with honor utmost. If you're looking for a helping hand, he's the adventurer's liaison man, which I think we can rework.
Oh, I love if you're looking for a helping hand. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anyways. Yeah, there we go, Lauren. I'm around, just maybe also doing 2 other things.
I know. Lauren is the hardest worker I think anyone knows. Awesome.
I like that Garwar. I've done it. At the Halls of Justice post, he stands with honor utmost. I'm not a fan.
We need to make that fit better. Oh, I like. Yeah. Great.
Open hand.
That could be
Keep an eye out for this giant man. What's that? Sorry.
It could be a good second line. Since we're
Yeah.
going into the pre-chorus right after that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. It also this next line also needs to be about him.
Yeah. Justice. Justice. Maybe we can say Hall of Justice and rhyme something with justice.
I don't think we can say Hall of Justice. Isn't that a Justice League DC Comics thing? Because isn't it called something else?
Hall of Justice, service mark, trademark.
Are we allowed to say? Just like Fortress of Solitude is taken.
Yeah.
Was it actually called the Hall of Justice in Neverwinter? I thought it was called something else. It's
It
the
must be
Protector's
called-
Enclave. Yeah.
Legal and distinct, Hall of Justice. I was in a web series years ago called Chat Room of Solitude with Felicia Day, and it was on Stan Lee's World of Heroes channel, and it was all about superheroes and villains in like a Skype call, like all yelling at each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like telling each other what they were gonna do, and like how they were gonna fight each other. But it was just them like jumping on Skype, or Zoom or whatever, and just yelling at each other.
Neverwinter also has the Hall of Justice? Oh, okay. It's inside the Protector's Enclave. I would rather try to rhyme something with Protector's Enclave than Hall of Justice, because Hall of Justice is
Or Justice
more
Hall.
known
Justice
as a
Hall.
D&D thing.
Justice Hall. How about that?
Justice Hall?
Yeah.
Hall is a good word for rhyming with.
In the corridors of Justice Hall. Da 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 da. He'll, I don't care if that's not the true name, Garawar. We're trying to protect ourselves legally.
He stands to protect us all.
It's called, yeah.
In the corridors of Justice Hall.
He stands to legally protect us all in this line. Get it?
Toss a coin to your miller, O Valley of Plenty. When's that WitcherCon coming up? There's a WitcherCon coming, which I'm fairly certain is when the trailer for season 2 of The Witcher is coming.
Here's the thing, Garwar. It might already be legally a Neverwinter thing, though, but that doesn't mean that lawyers won't be called and legal bills will have to be paid to remind them that it is legal. So let's just avoid that completely.
Yeah. I don't want to get myself any of us in trouble with the line.
Right. We still don't want to. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, the very fact that it's more recognizable with Detective Comics and everything related to the Justice League is already problematic for using it. Like, if that's just what a district in a video game is called, that's one thing, but I don't know. Anyways.
But Hall is an easier word to rhyme with too. So to me, those two things that's all we got. It's 2 for 2 in my book.
We can also add something from the bio that we have in the game, where we talk about how after the catastrophe at El Terrell, Celeste invited her old friend. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, if you guys want us to get rid of that line, we will, but...
Oh, I'll happily delete the line. But
They really... Like, we have more people telling us to use Hall of Justice.
yeah, I'm not using Hall of Justice. I'm sorry. Well, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Drives a dead out of town. Rhyme Hall with formidable. Formidable. Yeah.
When the Blessed of Selune called.
His answer echoed off the marble halls.
And it echoed up the marble hall. When the Blessed of Selune called, his answer echoed off the marble halls. If you're looking for a helping hand, keep an eye out for this giant man. And for a mercenary, always rotate. Yeah, so now we just need another...
What do we need?
Well, Yapwacat, this is a collaborative show, so we are writing with the audience members.
Mm-hmm.
So we do listen because that's what the show's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But we just want to avoid Hall of Justice for reasons.
Wasn't it also called the Hall of Justice in Judge Dredd?
You're not helping.
Saying more IPs to fight with.
Huh?
More IP battle. Who wins? Judge Dredd versus Superman versus.
Lauren is killing it right now. Celeste will do the healing while Nox is damage dealing.
He's a tank, Lauren. Come on.
Tanks steal damage. They can still do damage.
It's true. It's true. Because Paladins are overpowered in 5e and they can do anything. It's like, oh, I'm the most defensive class. Oh, and I also get bonuses to all my saves. And so does everybody around me. And I also get all this hit points. And I also get healing magic. And I can also hurt something worse in a turn than anybody else. Like, it just adds up. It's ridiculous.
It is a commonly used phrase. You guys are right. I will give you that.
But we still don't want to use it.
Yep.
Because it sounds too much like... Even the fact that we've had this much discussion about it kind of...
Yeah, and look, you guys are making good points. You are, but We just have to not use it.
Celeste will do the healing with Mako's damage dealing, and in the frontal, Nox is holding the line. That sounds like a good last pre-chorus, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Love it.
With Mako's damage dealing, and in the frontal, Nox is holding the line.
Celeste will do the healing. Is it Mako or Mako?
Makos. With Makos? Makos.
Makos.
I think it's Makos.
Someone tell me. Celeste will do the healing with Mako's damage dealing, and in the frontal, Nox is holding the line.
The DC thing only matters if you actually read the comic. I mean, the IP is the IP, whether you know of it or not. Like, you know it first as one thing. It doesn't mean that that's the one. Like, it's. I don't know how much that part matters.
Makos. Got it. Thank you.
Is it Makos? Okay. See, I was thinking of the actor Mako, whose name was spelled like that.
No, but he pronounced it Mako.
Yeah.
Yeah. He pronounced it Mako.
He was the voice of Uncle Iroh until he passed. And then they replaced him, and then they named a character in the second Avatar series after him.
Well, I mean, yeah. They brought in a sound-alike to finish out his lines. It was really sad because I worked on Avatar, and I got to meet Mako a couple times, and it was like one of the highlights of my life to be like, I'm working on a cartoon with Mako. This is awesome.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I loved his narration for Conan the Barbarian.
I know. It's
that
legendary.
and his. I think his role as Aku on Samurai Jack is my favorite one of his by far. But and I was sad when they did the follow-up series, and it was clearly not him because he'd long passed when they did their follow-up. But he made that show because like the main character doesn't really talk, so it means that the villain's got to talk all the time. Yeah. Anyways. So do we want another line here, or are we going right into another pre-chorus and then a chorus again?
We're going to the chorus right here. We're doing the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Which, hold on, is it gone? Where'd it go? Wait. Oh, okay, no. We would not do a pre-chorus again. We would do the riff, and that's where the solo would go. If indeed there was a solo. I mean, this is like a blues rock song. There's got to be a solo.
Yeah.
And then we would probably go. Yeah, I think it would just. I don't think there would be a pre-chorus again. I think it would go right.
But this line, it's so good.
Well, no, but we're doing it. We're doing it right here.
Oh, we're gonna replace this part with it.
Yeah, because
I
think it was just a cut and paste error. That's where that's supposed to go.
Okay.
I'm pointing at my screen like you can see it.
Sorry. Yeah, I have no idea what you're pointing at.
I'm like,
hey. Yeah. I do like this chorus quite a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Celeste will do the healing with Mako's damage dealing, and in the frontal, Nox is holding the line. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars, gonna break your life, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, drive the dead out of town.
So somebody was suggesting this earlier, and like now that I've heard it a few times, I kind of agree with it. We have drive the dead out of town. What about driving death out of town?
Driving death out of town.
Then it's not just specifically the undead, and I think it might work. Now that I've thought about that line a few times. Yeah. Good suggestion, person whose name I didn't write down.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to try this out?
Yeah.
This looks... So I was thinking for a while there that it might be like cutting it close, or even like one that we finish outside the show, and then it looks like it might be done, which is kind of weird.
I know, right?
So yeah, whenever you're ready, I'm gonna mute myself. Muted.
Here we go. He was born with an axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Went from cradle to the wall to see the foes of never win a fall. When Valendra unleashed a scourge, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and docks comes the legend known as Sergeant Knox. This former mercenary always retakes the city, unites us all with his rolling call. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars, gonna break your lies, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, driving death out of town. When the blessed of Saluda called, his answer echoed off the marble halls. If you're looking for a helping hand, keep an eye out for this giant man. Celeste will do the healing with Mako's damage dealing, and in the front old Knox is holding the line. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars, gonna break your lies, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, driving death out of town. Solo over this. Ow. Yeah. Gonna knock you out, leave you seeing scars, gonna break your life, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, driving death out of town. Gonna knock you out, gonna break your life. He's gonna knock you out, gonna bring the hurt, driving death out of town. Felt pretty good.
Yeah. Now I want to hear it with a full band.
Totally.
Yeah. In a
That's one I would make my band learn, maybe.
in a ideally a CD bar. I miss dive bars. We
With
don't have any
chicken
dive bars
wire
in
in front of
Victoria.
the stage.
What's that? With chicken wire in front of? Ooh,
I've-
yeah.
I've played a few of those.
Yeah. Where people throw bottles at it and they're breaking and spraying beer
That's
all over
why
you.
it's there. Yeah.
And the guitarist on the stage is blind, and people are fighting everywhere. Basically, it's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie. It's so ridiculous. Like even how they set up the part in the beginning about like, I heard you ripped out a guy's throat once. Anybody who hasn't seen Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott, back when Sam Elliott was a hardcore silver fox, according to my wife and my mother-in-law, you should check it out. And as a funny sort of segue, watching, what is it, The Ranch, which it's like Ashton Kutcher.
Right. Yeah.
My wife loves that show, and her mom would always talk about Sam Elliott, and my wife's like, I don't see it. Like, well, who cares? But her mother-in-law loves him. And then we watched Roadhouse. And my wife's like, I see it now. I'm like, oh, all you had to do was shave 25, 30 years off him, and you're like, oh wow, now he's it was super good. Anyways, Roadhouse is awesome. Yeah, Benny Urquidez helped choreograph the fights and that. Do you know who that is? Benny the Jet.
Benny the Jet, sure.
Yeah, he had like 2 amazing fights with Jackie Chan in some Jackie Chan films, where he's like the one where he's got the suspenders.
Yeah. He used to have a gym right around here where I live.
Yeah, I think he just he is
North
probably retired at this point, but
yeah,
just absolutely legendary. But he, like, I guess they had to teach Patrick Swayze how to do fight scenes by choreographing it like dance, not like a fight scene.
Okay, I could see that. Sure.
I mean, he's got a dance background, makes sense. Anyways, if we could all age like Sam, yeah, it's true. I mean, I've been appreciating. My hair's just going silver. Plus, I don't cut it anymore. This is my pandemic look. I'm starting to look like I should be at a rock show.
That's a name no one would self-apply where I come from. The Dude. He's great in The Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
Legendary in that movie.
yeah. Ordering sarsaparilla at the end.
Yeah. I mean, sarsaparilla, and then he's like, it was as black, or it was as dark as a black deer's took us on a moonless night. You know, like, so good. Like, they must have like written that part for him and be like, he has to.
I have no doubt, and I also have no doubt that the Coens have enough clout and credibility that they could ask any actor to do anything and they'll say yes.
Yeah.
Because like, think of how many actors had their best ever role or their most memorable role in their film.
All of them.
Pretty much all of them, yeah. Yeah. Dylan Grohl. I'm getting there. Yeah.
Dylan Grohl, that's great.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of time left. Is there something you're itching to play?
Well, I played Gelatinous Cube last night.
Oh yeah. Good. I love that song.
But let's see, what else have I been craving? What have I been craving? Oh, Prog Metal Gene says Savage Fire.
Savage Fire. Oh.
I haven't done that one in a while, and I'm preferably warmed up. I should have warmed up before we did the Demogorgon song, because that one's really high.
Neverwinter Dreams. Neverwinter Dreams is a pretty appropriate ballad to play right now, I think, actually.
Yeah, let's play Neverwinter Dreams.
Yeah. Savage Fire is a good. That's the Torgar song, T.C. Hatchet, for Torgar Steelfist. It's from like episode like 11.
Yeah,
10 or 11. Yeah, that one is in the game. That one, oh man, I remember like just waiting for that and for Drop of Time. Like, I loved all the stuff that we did for Bardic Inspiration V1, and I still love it all. But when you were like, as you were completing them and you were like sending them to us one at a time, I was just like I'm waiting for Savage Fire and Drop of Time is what I'm waiting for. And I'm pretty sure you sent them last.
Oh yeah, I sent both of those last. But my favorite of those was Drop of Time, the Strahd song.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah,
that came out the best in my opinion.
Ah, super good.
But you never know which one's going to be your favorite until you're all done and kind of like sit back and look at it.
Yeah,
and that definitely was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Right, exactly, Maggie. It hits different. It feels very. It's like a goth song or something. Yeah, and thank you. Prog Metal Gene. Full disclosure. So those guitar solos on Savage Fire were played by my friend Gary Joseph Potter Jr. And I told him, I was like, give me your best dime bag on these solos. You know what I mean? Like, let's make it sound like Dimebag from Pantera, and he killed it. That was the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I got emotional the first time I heard it. It was awesome. Before we do this next one, I just want to check with everybody. How's the volume level? Because I know that for me, I have so many fans in here that I can't tell how loud things are because I have open back headphones on right now. So I just want to make sure that everything sounds good before I mute myself and Jason plays again. Park Metal Gene says it sounds good. Volume's good for you guys? Okay, good. Then I will happily mute myself and we can listen to
Neverwinter Dreams. Soaked by winter rains, I stumble to the gate, seeking out my fortune. I was running from my fate, walking after sunset, searching for the love I haven't met. My days, they fade away, but my heart, it yearns to stay. Neverwinter nights, neverwinter dreams, always shining bright. Never what it seems. He stood there before me as I wandered down the street, among the bed of flowers, in the garden that he keeps. Smiled as I walked up, and my heart had skipped a beat, like a moth to a flame. I was drawn to the heat of neverwinter nights, neverwinter dreams, always shining bright. Never what it seems.
I really like that one.
Yeah, me too.
Now all it needs is a Slash solo for the guitar solo, right?
Totally. I'll be like, Gary, give me your best Slash.
Man, I would love to just hear the outtakes. You know, I get a huge kick out of that stuff. I remember watching they released a documentary on them making the soundtrack for Halo, where the composer Marty O'Donnell
Yeah.
brought in Steve Vai to do guitar for Halo 2, and they brought in I'm forgetting his name. He worked with Daft Punk on Get Lucky, not Pharrell, but the other guy. Who was
The
playing
other guy
funky
from
bass line.
NERD or
Fudge. I'm gonna look up his name. Hold on a second. I don't want to get it wrong. Nile Rodgers.
oh no,
Because Nile Rodgers worked with Marty O'Donnell on the Halo 2 soundtrack, and so they brought in Steve Vai to do the guitar. And then if you watch the whole section that they did, what was most impressive was that the guitar that they ended up using for the intro to Halo 2 is Steve Vai's first take, where he just sat down and just riffed with the music.
Of course.
And then he's just like, I'm only here because my kids told me I had to do this because it's for Halo. He's just like, I don't know what this is, but my kids say, do this. We love Halo. And he's like, okay.
Oh, really? Steve Vai said that?
Not those exact words, but yeah, he said that was why he was there.
Funny.
Yeah. His kids liked Halo, so he was doing it. Yeah.
Well, actually, okay, I'll. Can I relate that to a story about myself?
Yes.
So, so when when Godhead was promoting our album, The Shadow Line, we asked Eric Roberts to be in in our music video. And they actually said yes, he's in our music video for the song.
Eric
Hey
Roberts from The Best of the Best.
Yeah, that Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
But I remember he said, he goes, I only do these music videos because my daughter likes it when I do them. And it's funny because his daughter grew up to be a big actress on like the American Horror Story and some movies and stuff like that. But I don't know if I don't think his daughter was a fan of us. I think it was just his daughter was a fan of her dad being in music videos.
Yeah.
So he plays like this cool, villain in our video. It's pretty
He is, he went from the guy who played more heroic characters earlier in his career, and also Oscar-nominated actor, into more and more villainous stuff as time went on. And he's like one of the skeezy bad guys in The Dark Knight.
Right.
Him and Michael Jai White, like you wouldn't have expected to see Michael Jai White there, and certainly not in a movie where he has no fight scene. But sure enough, there he was. Anyways. I think we actually have time for one more, if there's something else you'd like to play.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through. It could be fun to do Milf's Mighty March. We could do that one.
How far back do I have to go for that one? I think it's before the theme. There it is, Leading the Charge to Justice. That's the one. Episode 26. Oh, man. I just realized our next episode after this is episode 40.
For episode 50, we should do like a party or something.
A party? Like what kind of party?
I don't know. Party.
Some kind of party?
Yeah.
See, the challenge with streaming is we couldn't do a cool party with a bunch of other musicians and then have everybody play something in sync.
Yeah, everyone would have to play something one at a time.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyways, I really like Melf's Mighty March. Let's do it.
Okay. Whoa. Alright, something was buzzing. Here we go. Melf's Mighty March. By the way, Melf, the character created by Luke Gygax, who wrote the song with us. And then, what's up, Axis of Anarchy? And then we do I run a game on the GaryCon channel every Saturday, sponsored by Idle Champions, called the Gax Pack. So it's all tied in together. Here we go. Sorry. Morton Cannon was mentor to him, sent him to a mystical plane. Learning magic from a circle of 8, life would never be the same. Always fighting for the forces of good, glorious, stalwart and kind. First to the fight, last out the door, he'll never leave an ally behind. Mind is sharp as a sword, arm as sure as his word, leading the charge to justice with never-ending toughness. He'll never be corrupted, love can always be trusted. Found a forger, creator of spells, that's why we all remember his name. Acid arrows flying, meteors flying, each deed adds to his fame. Wisdom deep as an ocean, protecting his friends with devotion, leading the charge to justice with never-ending toughness. He'll never be corrupted, love can always be trusted. Forces of chaos will undone, as love can't stand the minions of there is done. Heroism was not just a gig, as he wielded the spear of Zaggy, leading the charge to justice with never-ending toughness. He'll never be corrupted, love can always be trusted, leading the charge to justice with never-ending toughness. He'll never be corrupted, love can always be trusted.
You know, I was just thinking, I'm like listening to that and thinking about it and how much fun it was to write that with Luke. Like, how cool is that? Oh man,
We got time for one more. We do. You know why?
we do. Oh, what?
We do. We got time for one more. Well, because first of all, we don't have a show after this, right?
That's true. That's true.
And secondly, sometimes
Are you going to do one problem at a time? Because
you just got to take things one problem at a time.
you got enough time for it. All right.
That's the one that we got time for.
Okay.
You
Beauty.
screwed up my setup, Dylan.
Sorry.
It's okay. Because Lauren's been here the whole time, and we have to honor that. We honor that allegiance. And sing this song. And I'll try to start it off slow and then just keep going faster and faster. Here we go. I want you to be happy, I want you to be safe. And if it can't be either, then I'll toast you in the grave. I'm hanging with the phoenix as we travel across the land, thwarting lines of evil with a cast of burning hands. So let's take it one problem at a time. If we band together, there's no mountain we won't climb. So gather round and find my friends and sing another line. Let's celebrate together till we all run out of rhymes. Together, there's I'll follow you through danger and heal you with a spell. And if we stick together, everything will turn out swell. Then we'll take it one problem at a time. If we band together, there's no mountain we won't climb. So gather around the fire, my friends, and sing another line. Let's celebrate together till we all run out of rhymes. Hey! 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 Jumping through the portals and traveling the plains. Always fighting evil and easing all your pain. And helping with the heroes and the VFGs. Then we'll be happy and we'll all be at ease. Then we'll take it one problem at a time. If we band together, there's no mountain we won't climb. So gather around the fire, my friends, and sing another line. Celebrate together till we all run out of rhyme. Hey! 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 Then we'll take it one problem at a time. If we band together, there's no mountain we won't climb. Been around the fun here, but now it's time to go. Come back again tomorrow and be on another show.
Which is perfect because tomorrow, Lauren. Well, I guess this evening Lauren's
Lauren will
on
be on another show?
Here Are the Plains, but tomorrow Lauren is on another show on this channel, the Sketching Hour at 3 p.m. So it's perfect. And that brings us to the end of episode 39. Jason, is there anything you'd like to shout out before we shut her down?
Yeah, just here's me. If you guys dig what I do a lot of music streams on my channel. So this is my channel right here. I just put it in chat, so I'd love a follow if that's okay. You can also follow me on Spotify if you listen to music when you're not streaming. That always helps as well. And yeah, my next stream will be Saturday at 5 p.m. on the Gax Pack on the GaryCon Live channel. So
Sweet. Yeah. Check it out.
Monday and Wednesdays. Actually, yeah. No, my next stream will actually be tomorrow night on my channel. This channel right here. I forgot what day it was. Sorry. Yeah. So tomorrow night.
Request show.
And I do plenty of songs from this show too when people request them. So.
Yeah, I check it. I recommend it. It's good. Afternoon, evening listening, depending on your time zone. Just listening to. I like the variety. Because especially when I'm listening in, and missing out on the visuals, I don't know what people are requesting, and so you play something that I'm not expecting each time, which is really cool. Anyways, thank you all for joining us today. Really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the 39th episode of Bardic Inspiration. Next episode is episode 40. I don't know what we're gonna do for it, but it'll be cool. And until then, have a great week, and we'll catch you later.
Bye, everybody.